Welcome to the Tonya Hofmann's fabulous TV show. I am Tonya, your host today, and like always, we have a fabulous guest star. And today it's Frankie Picasso. Hey, Frankie.
Hey, Tonya. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Not only does she have like the most amazing name, but you're gonna be blown away with her. So we're gonna chat with her in just a second. So we want you to go out and change the world from the front of the room by joining the Public Speakers Association so that we too can help you find speaking opportunities, have you part of my show, part of our virtual summits, all kinds of really great ways of marketing you and getting your name out there so that people know who you are and can bring you in to speak and have fun. So go to Public Speakers with an S Association, all spelled out.com for more information today. So Frankie, tell me and everyone how fabulous you are and what do you have going on in your world?
Oh, wow. Well, I founded the Good Radio Network, and yesterday I got a new domain, the Good Media Network, because I'm going to TV like you. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! So I'm all about social impact. And everything I do has to do with giving back or helping somebody somewhere. The Good Radio Network is socially conscious radio, talk radio that does a world of good. And it doesn't just talk about doing good things, we actually do good things. So I'm really excited about that. Animal activism, I paint animals. I'm a painter, artist. So I paint pictures, custom portraits of animals. And I give money back to cleft palate surgery for children through mercy ships, animal sanctuaries. Whoever's in need at that moment will benefit. What else do we do? What else does Frankie do? I'm an author. I've got 3 books. I have a new book coming out October 25th called I Bared My Chest. And it's an anthology with 20 other women. So it's 21 women bare their chest and share their naked truth. And that's like amazing. So we've been doing Facebook Fridays. Every Friday I have an author come on and talk, just share a little bit from their chapter, read a little bit from their chapter. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
See, this is the kind of people I love being around. Someone that has things going on, you know. I'm always surprised when I meet people and they're like, "What'd you do this weekend?" And they're like, "I didn't really do anything." I'm like, "How could you not do something?"
Yeah, like there's always something to do. Oh my gosh.
Right? There's so much impact that we can all have on this world and on other people's lives. You know, that is, to me, and it's like finding a new friend all the time.
Yeah, you know, like it's really important to me that I find nonprofits and I make sure that I give them space and people, you know, like audiences who are listening to people like you, who want to do something but don't reinvent the wheel. Just go and help somebody who's already doing something. They need your help. So, you know, we put the spotlight on them so that others can find them and think, oh, gee, that was a really good idea. I wish I thought of that.
I know, right? Well, it's always about that connection factor. You know, I got connected to a fabulous young man, Drew Hunthausen. He's completely blind and almost completely deaf. And you start seeing how they can kind of connect into all the opportunities that are out there that he's connected to, and then that gets into another whole layer, you know, and you just keep on, right?
It's fantastic to meet those people too, because, you know, if you're sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself, how can you? When you meet a go-getter and he's like blind and he's half deaf and he's still doing amazing things in the world. Come on, right?
And then you showcase and you help people. You know, I had him as my MC this last year at my conference, and people were like, "How did you have him as your MC?" I'm like, okay, you need to start branching out and thinking beyond the box.
Exactly. And that's what we're all about, right? Thinking beyond the box. Exactly. People go, "No, they're too blind. So what do they know?" No, we know a lot.
Well, and it's also about getting rid of, I'm going to be a competitor, you know, things like that. You got to let go of that negativity and that negative thought process.
I think so, yeah. You know, because nobody does it alone. You have stepping stones, you have people who help, but you do it way bigger and better and easier when you have help, right? And so you help me, I introduce you to somebody else, you introduce me to somebody else. And it's not, there's space for everybody in this world to shine. And we all have to, because that's our job.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, and it's a lot of times people want cause and effect, when sometimes it's about you jumping in and causing those ripples, right? Because you just don't know how far those ripples will go. and it comes back to you, but you got to start the plop first. Be the plopper.
I love that. Be the plopper.
I think I'm going to start a new program. Be the
there
plopper.
You go. Be the plopper. I don't know. It sounds like it might have a flush to it, but.
Oh, love it.
Don't
So what is something that, you know, when you go out there and you're really out there to change not just lives, but really approaches so that it does have that ripple effect, what do you look for?
Good question. What do I look for? I like innovation. You know, I like innovation. I like things that are going to really change, I really make a difference in people's lives. Like there was a young lady that I had interviewed who went to Africa. She looked at the hospitals. She saw how horrendous the sanitation was. And she thought, well, I know that there might not be electricity and I know that they might not be able to do this, but what could they do in order to, you know, ensure that it's not as gross as it was when she found it? So she came home and she looked at deep fryers and she retrofitted them, and pressure cookers, I'm sorry, and she retrofitted, and she goes, everybody can put this over a fire, over logs, and sterilize. And it would be the same quality that you would have in North America. And that's the kind of thing where, you know, or with the painted dogs that I'm trying to save right now that are going to extinction, there's a collar that we can raise money for so that they won't be hung up in snares and not die, because those snares are for larger game. They're for bush meat, which is illegal, but at the same time, all of these animals are becoming extinct because they're getting caught in it. So I look for social issues and programs that are really going to change the lives. Like, I don't want to see an animal go extinct on my watch. Like, that's just a no-no for me. It should never happen. So that I'm looking for causes and effects and solutions, really, is what it's all about, is finding the solution so that we can really effectively make change. I don't like, you know, the Red Cross and big drives. They have their place, but I would rather find an issue and know that somebody's actually doing something. It's not going to some big head office somewhere to pay for their real estate. It's actually going and making a real difference out in the world. That's how I like to help.
I know, and everyone could do something. You know, I was just talking to my aunt, and we're connected. Well, coming from Drew Hundhausen, his friend Tri has orphanages in Vietnam, and so I start talking to Tri, and he's like, you know, how can we help the children more? He saved 1,200 kids. He wants to save 12,000.
Wow, I love it. I want to help.
Right, exactly. And so I'm talking to my aunt. She goes, well, they need teddy bears. I'm like, what? You know, she goes, well, me and my knitter friends, we make teddy bears. And I want to show y'all how cute these are.
Oh,
See,
they were cute.
They knit the little baby teddy bears, and they make girl ones, and they make boy ones. And how much fun is that we can make little teddy bears?
That's so cute. I love it. And you know what? On that same vein, there was, this week I saw this whale that had, I don't know, just barrels full of plastic garbage bags in its stomach, and died because of all it had ingested that was people had just thrown in the ocean. Well, I knew these ladies that were weaving grocery shopping bags, the plastic bags, into mats and sending them to the people. You know, the children had to sleep on the ground and had nothing to sleep on. It's a really great use because you can't recycle it really. Just knit it. They knitted it or crocheted it into this beautiful mat. So it's a perfect use of something that is killing something else, but will help somebody else sleep, right?
Right.
So all of those little talents that people have, there's all go to good use. Just do it.
Yeah, and a lot of times people are like, well, they need food, and they need medicine, and they need a roof over their heads and something to sleep on. Yes, but you give them a teddy bear,
that's comfort.
On, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we forget about the almost even a bigger need than just survival.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually enjoying life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, if you want to help with food or medical aid and things like that, Mercy Ships, which is free to everybody where they go right now. I think where did they just land? Can't remember. Anyway, they service the poorest of the poor. And everybody who serves on that ship is a volunteer, from the doctors to the nurses to everybody. They all have to pay for their own room and board, even for 2 years, to be on there, to give their service away. But they set up a hospital and a unit where 9 9,000 children will have their dental work done this year because of them. And so if you want to help, that's where money can go. Places like that are on the ground. They're there. There's lineups of people. I don't know why, but they get these giant tumors in their faces and you can't see. But these are the poorest of the poor. Some people have walked like 100 miles because they know that they might get the health care that they want. So that's where we need to put our efforts, like places like that.
Exactly. There's so much need.
There's so much need. Yeah.
It's amazing. So tell us, how can people connect with you? Do you have something to offer our amazing listeners today?
I would love to offer them a coaching session, especially somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur, because I love to coach entrepreneurs. I love to coach creative people who want to write a book. Happy to help you. Coach Picasso, like the painter, Pablo Picasso. Coach, C-O-A-C-H, Picasso, P-I-C-A-S-S-O at Rogers, ROGERS.com. So yeah, reach out to me. Love to give anybody a coaching session if you want to call me.
Awesome.
15, 20 minutes intro. Let's do it. Let's see where your passion lies, and we can help you get your dream.
And you need to get connected with Frankie anyway. So hello.
Yeah, maybe get on the radio. You know, I got a couple of radio shows. I'm always looking for guests. You're a cool person. Hey, come on down.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Be cool.
You got a nonprofit? Let me know about it. I'll definitely put you on the show.
Nice. All right, everybody. And so jump on that. Make sure you get connected to Frankie. And then, help her out by sending fabulous people her way. Get her on and get connected to her shows because they're amazing. How do they find your shows?
TheGoodRadioNetwork.com. Just come to TheGoodRadioNetwork.com and you can hear fabulous people. Lots of Tonya's friends. She'll be there soon.
Yay! All right, everyone. So go do that. You want to follow and just get connected and have fun and really learn something new and be connected to someone fabulous today.
Thank you, Tonya.
Right, exactly. All right, everyone. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
See you next time.
See you next time, people.
Bye.